All right, ladies and gentlemen, third day of the season, and we are showcasing a team here with Claydol in the front and double. It's kind of like anti-fighting in the front with two very weak to fighting in the back. So ABB type team, very similar to the first team that we showcased here on the channel for this season. And the reason Claydol being used here because Rock Tomb did get a buff this season, and Claydol has access to it. You wouldn't know that because most of the time Claydol has been going for the charge attacks of Scorching Sands and either Shadow Ball, which is most likely Shadow Ball. I think it has Ice Beam as well if you want to go something like, if you want to have some sort of chance against Mana Buzz, something like that. But usually they do run Shadow Ball. And it also is a Psychic type, if you don't know, Psychic Ground. So yeah, really good against fighters. In the back, we have a Furret, which is going to have Sucker Punch and Brick Break, which is pretty awesome. Is it Brick Break? I don't think it actually has Brick Break. I think it is Dig and Trailblaze. Anyways, we'll see that, I guess, when the video comes through here. But and then the very back is going to be your save shields for this mon and try to like explode through the gate with it, and it's going to be Pangoro. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. We are trying to get a video out every day, and I'm trying to stream when I can. I've only actually done one stream this season so far, but we're hoping to get some more out there. Work's just a little busy, but not too busy to get one of these videos out a day. So let's go ahead and get into the battle. All right, and there we have the moves to the right there. I have Body Slam there on Furret. There's no way that's right, but we're about to find out, I guess. So, all right, they come in with Furret. Oh, it does have Body Slam. Oh, it's Swift. All right, I'll fix that real quick. All right, we got it fixed there, and everything else looks right. So, all right, back to the games here. Going to go for the Trailblaze, go for the boost here. Furret does have a bit of bulk to it, but it is... Whiscash here in the front. Again, leading early days here in the season, definitely going to be a little bit of a, kind of random mon at the beginning. Whiscash 2 seasons ago was the best mon in the league. Then it got cut. It doesn't have any legs, but its legs got cut out from under it last season. So, or was it the season before? Either way, we're boosted now twice. Probably going to go for the Swift. Maybe going to go for the shield. Yeah, actually could go for the farm down. It is Sucker Punch is super effective being a dark type against the Psychic type here. Yeah, going to be able to get the full farm down here, which is fantastic. Going to be able to throw a move into this Gengar. Unfortunately, Gengar is a ghost type, so it double resists Swift. And it's a poison type, so it does resist Trailblaze as well. But now we're 3 times boosted, and the Sucker Punch is going to be super effective as well. So even if this doesn't KO, our Sucker Punches are going to be 4 times boosted and really going to get through that. All right, had a bit of a weird one there. Samurai here in the front, obviously going to be really good against Claydol, it being a water type. And I will say, usually it does have like Fury Cutter, but this one does have Waterfall, so going to be super effective against the ground type of Claydol. Going to come in with Furret. Going for the Swift here. It is faster to get to the Swift, but we do get the boost with the Trailblaze, but we do have to catch up on energy as well because they did start out in the lead and we didn't. So going to be able to go for another Swift here. If they want to shield, they can. If not, this is probably going to end up KOing or getting really close, I guess, and going to get the farm down here with a Sucker Punch. Pretty nice. Now we have shield advantage. They do end up coming in with a Gastrodon, which, I mean, is pretty bad against the Furret, especially since we have access to Trailblaze, double super effective against the water and ground type here. And we're going to get to see what this last mon is before coming in with... I guess we could come in with either one. Claydol is going to be double super effective, ground being super effective against fire and being super effective against rock. All right, Blaziken lead against another Whiscash here. Actually, Whiscash looks like the flavor of the day here in the first few days. They throw a Mud Bomb, but we know that they're not at a superpower almost. We know that they're not at the Scald there. So energy definitely got reduced on Mudshot 2 seasons ago, which is the whole reason why we stopped seeing Whiscash since then. So I'm going to come in with a Furret. Can't farm down without them throwing a move, but I guess we're going to survive anyways. Again, Furret has a bit of bulk to it, so going to be able to hard survive this, or easily survive that. Don't want to throw the grass move into a fire type. It does resist, but we do have 2 Swifts as well. Blaziken is pretty frail, So it looks like it does about 50% to him. Actually, probably a little bit more. So this one will definitely KO. Not going to be able to farm it down as it does resist Sucker Punch being a fighting type against a dark type move there. This could be a heavy hitting move. Okay, ends up being Blaze Kick. Probably could have lived that. Ends up being a Hypno in the back. Unfortunately, Hypno going to be very bad against the Dark type. Dark double resisting, and we're going to survive a punch here anyways. And it could even be... okay, yeah. It is a punch. Notice now we're up to 2.5 Night Slashes here, which is fantastic. Just tons of energy just to kind of get through. And you're going to be able to get one more and then throw again as well. They could be at a punch here, but we do also have shield, so we're not too worried about any of that. I'm going to let it go because it doesn't matter. Claydol has a ton of energy. They've shown Fire Punch every time, but going to be able to farm down both these Mon. Unfortunately for Hypno, it's going to have Psychic, which is going to be resisted by the Claydol. Psychic is resistant against Psychic. All right, Mandibuzz. Pretty hard matchup, I guess, for all of us. All of the Mon in the back, I mean. Gonna live a Dark Pulse, gonna throw a Rock Slide. Again, no real like good timing here. Both of us have 3-turn moves. Gonna be able to get the reduction here and then try to get a huge lead onto the Furret. Can go for Trailblaze for the boost in Fast Attack, or could go for the Swift, which is really gonna do more damage in itself. But Trailblaze is going to give more damage in a longer lasting matchup, which this one will be a pretty long lasting matchup. You see, probably going to end up living this next move as well. And we've already got the boost. Going to go for the Swift. I still don't think this is going to KO, but it will do a lot more damage than normal. I think it's something like 12% more damage for each boost. 12.5, I believe. Someone could let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Going to be able to get to the Swift because Poison Sting, not exactly a high damaging fast attack. It's more there for the energy generation, and we are able to get to the last Mon, and it is an Azu. So, bit of a weird one. Going to come in with a Pangoro because we can start trying to get that boost, and then we can use the shields here on the Azu. Since we didn't get the boost, going to come out of here. Going to try to get to a move here, but they're going to get there first. Probably going to let this go. Kind of already deciding to go all the way in on Pangoro. Technically, it's pretty close to close combat range here. It probably would KO from here, but I'm going to be able to live in Aerial Ace. I guess the point is that the Snarl's not really doing a lot of damage, but the Azu does have a ton of health, and the bubbles might be enough to just KO us without ever shielding. We are going to get a shield. They do throw in bad timing, so we are getting our advantages at every edge that we can get. Can definitely go one more in the Night Slash. This is not going to KO, but again, just trying to get as many chances at boost now. This is the third time. I believe it's a 20. Is it 12.5%? I actually don't know what the percent chance of that is. Half to shield. And then going to have to try to go for a boost and then a close combat. Oh, going to go for the double close combat. Even, I don't think this is going to be enough. But yeah. But they're out of move, so GG. All right, pretty good lead here for kind of all of our Mon, so not too much in a hurry to move out of this matchup. But if they do end up shielding this, we can go into the Furret. It is going to be, again, super effective with its fast attack, because Latias is a Psychic type. Oh, they have Psychic type lead as well, so could be a triple Psychic team. That would be interesting. Triple Psychic, but very different fast attack moves that can hit a lot of different... that can give a lot of different coverages, right? I think that's kind of the point there of the Mon. Well, I didn't notice, I think, until now that maybe I haven't been on camera at all this whole time, but hopefully this is enough. They have Lucario. Gonna have to shield this. It could. Oh, is it Thunder Punch? Or it's a Power Up Punch? Okay. All right. Well, gonna have to shield this one for sure because this is probably gonna be a Surf, which is going to be super effective. Although technically I think we would survive that, but we do need a little bit of HP to get through the Lucario, and we definitely don't want the Lucario to get in this weird scenario where it's power up punching through our Pangoro. All right, Azu lead. Not the greatest lead. Not the worst, I guess. If they have Hydro Pump, it'd be insane. But Ice Beam is also super effective. These bubbles are also super effective as well. Maybe try to catch here on the... Oh, this is definitely just straight up Ice Beam. I was going to say maybe we're going to try to catch on the Furret at some point. Still could do that on the next one. Okay, going to just come in with Furret, try to get a big lead here. The fact that they're staying in means that we have this massive lead. They're going to come in with Greedent. Greedent's going to be really fast to get to its moves. Usually running... Mudshot, which it is. Mudshot, Body Slam, Trailblaze. Sometimes Crunch instead of Trailblaze if you want that coverage. And Trailblaze doesn't really help Mudshot out that much. Even though it was buffed in damage 2 seasons ago, or was that last season actually, it's still not going to do like a ton of damage, so... Even boosted 1 time. Even boosted like 3 times, I feel like you're not going to be doing that much damage in a neutral matchup. Not going to die to anything here. Another thing to note is Greedent doesn't have any nukes. At least I don't think so. It doesn't have like Hyper Beam or anything like that. If it does, definitely let me know, but I feel like it definitely doesn't. And you can see how many moves that this Furret is getting to. It's just very spammy. Even though Sucker Punch not exactly the greatest energy move, energy generation move, it is able to just survive a lot of matchups because of its bulk. So you are ending up to get to a lot of moves somewhat similar to an Azu, but definitely got better or faster moves than the Azu does. Azu's moves are almost 50 energy each, so it does take it a while to get to things. But again, the key thing there is the bulk is allowing you to get to a lot of the moves. And that is kind of why these bulky mons seem to do so well in a lot of the leagues. It's because you can survive your neutral matchups and then just get off your coverage moves that are either going to be neutral or super effective against a lot of things if you have a mon with a lot of coverage, like Azu here. Not like Pangoro, though. Pangoro is more about raw strength. It doesn't really have a lot of coverage, a fighting move for its fast attack, and a fighting move and a dark move for its charge attacks here. Again, going to try to go for the boost here. This probably ends up... Oh, I actually thought it was going to KO, but we're just trying to get to the last matchup and have a lot of energy. Close combat can be close here, but we do have 2 moves if we want to go for the Night Slash close combat, so I think that's what's going to happen here. And even though it is resisted, whereas the Night Slash is neutral, this close combat is just a much higher higher damage move in general. So that's why we're going to go for that one there. We would really love the Sand Slash against the Pangoro, but we're fine in this matchup too. We're dealing super effective against them. We have more bulk than they do. They end up coming with the Azu. We'll go for the Rock Tomb and then swap into the Furret. And then make sure we now know that exists in the back for our Pangoro to possibly get on there and be double super effective with the counters. So that's going to be good for us there in the back. And it's also a good thing that we got the Furret onto this. Furret is actually our best answer to Azu. Having the Trailblaze, even though it does have Sucker Punch, which is resisted by the Fairy typing, just getting to these Trailblazes is crazy. Going to go for CMP here, so even though it's technically bad timing, we're catching them on their move, so they're either going to shield or let it go. And this is also this is probably not even going to kill if it's a play rough, and it's an Ice Beam, so we definitely live by a million miles. We actually might be able to farm down, and that's a little risky, but it's close. We needed one more, but we weren't going to get there. One more bubble, rather, is what I meant. So 2 moves. Gonna go right into the Claydol because we know that we have the Pangoro that's good against this as well. But also having a huge lead against something like this, where we can Rock Tomb their last mon no matter what, is going to be great. And even though there's a Gastrodon which is resisting this Rock Tomb, well, they end up shielding it. But we're just trying to get we're trying to get that debuff onto it. To where they can never get rid of it because they don't have any mon to switch it out. So this will always be debuffed forever. And then going to go for the Scorching Sands, which is a % chance to debuff, but is a much better move in general. So didn't get the debuff there. Tough. All right, a Night Slash probably would have been enough, but even though we're super frail in the Pangoro, which is something you're really going to notice, by the way, not going to die to the one move there by the Gastrodon. If you ever get the Pangoro into like an Annihilate, or they get the Annihilate into the Pangoro, you're going to be so screwed. But just know that going in, you're double weak to fighting in the same sense that like a Lowland Sand Slash is. So you're risking that you have a high risk mon, but it also has such a high reward. So they come in with Blastoise. You guys probably heard me in the last video talking about how good Blastoise is. I did use it for 2 sets in the stream that I had. You can check that out in the live section of this channel. And eventually I will make a Blastoise video. Probably won't be that team that I used then. I kind of just made that team on a whim. So there's probably a much better team out there for the Blastoise. Maybe it's this team that we're playing against right now. I forgot what their lead was, though, so can't really help. Although they're going to go for... Oh, they try to get that massive farm down, and now we've gotten 2 Trailblazers off, so this is going to be double boosted. 25% extra damage, although they were pretty low anyways. And going to move the Claydol off of the Superior here, which is pretty nice. I did note, I will note right now, when I was making that Blastoise team on stream, it did say Superior was a very good combination with it, like a very good helper. And Lapras in the back means it's an ABB type of team, so that makes a lot of sense as well. We're going to be double resisting the Psywave here from the Lapras, and then we basically one-shot it with the close combat. We have another close combat here, but they already left. You see the bottom right there. We're already getting the rewards, so that's a GG. I thought that was it, but okay, Feraligatr into Primeape. I actually think Primeape's really good this season. Shadow Annihilape, I think is also really good. I still like regular Annihilape as well, but I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you I've seen a lot more Shadow Annihilape coming out of the woodwork. So I'm not sure if Shadow Annihilape's that much better or worse than the regular Annihilape, but I am seeing it a lot, and I'm seeing a lot more Primeape than usual. So I don't know if people are moving away from regular Annihilape, but I know I personally still like it. I can understand why the Shadow would be very good as well, because you already are super frail. What's the matter of putting 20% more frailty on you? You're already so weak in the defense department, but you still have a really good 20% boost in attack, which is going to be pretty crazy, especially with Rage Fist boosting you as well again there. I do think a lot of the Shadow Annihilapes do also run Ice Punch, so there's a bit of a coverage help there as well. You have 3 different types of moves that you're using for your fast attack and your 2 charge attacks. So yeah, let's get back to this game. So Clodsire coming in, we had a shield advantage. Night Slash not going to kill or anything. We're going on CMP here, which is nice. Maybe puts the opponent in a idea that they might want to shield, but probably we're going to have to shield. The Pangoro is very good against the Feraligatr, so that's something we're going to want to be in that matchup of. But unfortunately, since they were in the lead there, they do have a lot of energy on this Feraligatr, and they are going to be able to throw this Hydro Cannon, which is going to KO the Pangoro. And they're going to get to another move. Technically, we're going to make it to the Scorching Sands, but there's no way this KOs. I think it's even a normal Feraligatr, so it actually has that more HP. Oh, and it also had the shield. I forgot about that shield, I guess. So, yeah, GG. If we could have just gotten through that Clodsire, it would have been good. All right, Wigglytuff. This is probably the best place to see this, honestly. We will have to be worried a little bit about the Icy Wind, as it is super effective, but we are lowering the attack. Probably just shield and farm down at this point. Actually, probably even live, to be honest, since we do go for the Rock Tomb and do lower its attack. Something like Pangoro might be able to get through this. Ooh, opponent kind of got frazzled and didn't switch out. But they do have a Primeape here. Man, if they actually get a lot of energy through us here, this could be a problem. But if they go for Rage Fist, that's really bad for them. Okay, they do go for Close Combat, which makes a lot of sense. They do have their switch up, makes sense too. Going for the Scorching Sands here on the Umbreon. Trying to just extend the clock and get to the Pangoro, to be honest. But we're taking a lot of damage in the meantime from the Snarls. But we don't have to shield. We did get to a move 2, so it actually ends up perfect. You're going to be able to live one of these last resorts no matter what. So might as well just let the first one go through. Because it could also be Psychic, and now you know you resist everything. There's no way an Umbreon's running Psychic and Last Resort, so it's going to be Psychic Foul Play. You resist everything. You double resist the Psychic. Just going to go for a lot of energy here. A Farm Down's ambitious. You can go for it, I guess, because it doesn't really matter that much. You're going to get to that Farm Down, and yeah, I guess we have 2.5 moves here. Problem is, how much damage are we really going to take from this counter? It's double super effective considering we're a normal and a oh, so good. I didn't even notice the timer was up. Perfect. Normal and I was going to say ground normal and dark on the Pangoro there. So All right, GG's. Got to figure out which camera angle to go for here. So yeah, again, third day of the season. Pretty good team. This is going to be from Paulasha. She's a Twitch streamer. I don't know that she streams every day, but I see her on there a lot. So I'm going to put a link to her channel there in the description below. Definitely check her out, subscribe to her, or follow her on Twitch. And she's always on the leaderboard, usually on page 1. So definitely one of the best battlers in the world, especially at show 6 as well. Yeah, she's got a lot of accolades. Can't say she's better than I am for sure. So, yeah, that's a team to definitely try out. Again, I'm gonna try to get you all a Blastoise team. I haven't figured out what team I want to show you all next as well. I'm not sure if I'll show you Blastoise next, or let me know in the comments what teams you will want to see, because I have a lot of Mon and I have a million ideas for teams, but to be honest, I can only really make one video a day and really keep it going. So that means I'm only going to be able to show you 7 videos of Great League teams. So I'd love it if you saw videos of Mon that you wanted to see, and hopefully that I have. So thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.